Okay, so this is our nutritional guidance policy project. So the policy that we chose is based on something that the Boston Public Schools District did in their wellness policy. And so our policy says to promote health and nutrition messages that encourage and guide the consumption of a healthy diet by requiring signage above each food station within the dining commons. And so this is a policy that is currently at the K through 12 level and is something that is commonly found in elementary cafeterias. So some key elements of this policy are specifically the messages being conveyed. So the content on these posters need to be research-based, and it is important that the data is relevant, relatable, and supports the case. And so as you can see on the left is a picture of the dining commons. And so these are little posters that would show how to eat, and how to fill your plate, specifically with the options that are provided by the dining commons.
And then here are some examples of what the posters could look like. These are examples from our South Campus athletic weight room and nutrition room. And these posters kind of just highlight like the importance of what to eat. As athletes, we're taught that food is fuel, and like what we eat really determines our success. However, we think that this can come to play like in everybody's lives, not just athletes. And for the who and the why. So all SJSU students that use the dining commons are really affected, but one thing that came to mind was the freshmen that live in the dorms have to have a meal plan. So it'll affect them the most. And because they're freshmen, it could be the first time they've really been away from home or had to cook by themselves. So it sets the foundation when beginning college. And then for the why, nutrition should be made a priority on all college campuses. Like I mentioned before, we're taught that nutrition is vital for our success in all aspects of life. It helps us get good grades, it helps us study. And then guidance and messages promoting healthy diets and choices are necessary in the dining commons on campus to achieve this goal. Our first strategy that we chose is to design and provide signage. And we kind of thought that this would be a good place to start to educate our campus and the students here on what the policy is. And it's important because it's kind of the first step in the advocating process and will help give the students all the details that they need to make the choice to support our policy, and will help get us to implement it. And then the expected change is that students will fully understand our policy and the benefits that come with it. And this knowledge is going to help hopefully lead us to getting signatures on the petitions. We will put posters in places where students are going to actually see them. So inside classrooms and hallways, the student union, specifically the dining commons, because that's where we're going to implement the policy. And then also the library would be a good spot. And then the information on these posters are going to be presented in a way that's like easy to understand as well as appealing to the eye, just like the ones that we mentioned earlier at South Campus, how they're colorful and full of streamers.
So our second advocacy strategy is to have a petition. So the goal of this petition is to get a minimum of 10,500 signatures in order to implement the policy. And we chose this number because from our research, we found that it's effective when 1/3 of a population signs a petition in order to have the policy implemented. And so we would acquire these signatures on campus through social media and shared on email. And so the expected change with this is for San Jose State Spartan Eats to implement the policy. For our last advocacy strategy, we want to have a social media campaign. And the goal of this campaign is to educate students on the need for the policy, and then also to have them to sign the petition as well as share the information to have other students sign the petition as well. And so the importance of having a social media campaign is because it's such an easy way to share information and to share it with other people on those platforms. And so we specifically chose the platforms of Instagram and TikTok because these are two platforms commonly used by college students. Some examples of what we would have on our content on these campaigns. And so as you can see on the right, I have a picture of one of my teammates and a meal that they had one day filled with French fries and onion rings and something that you probably shouldn't be eating. And so this is content that we would share. And you can see that the caption is DC needs a policy to hashtag prevent this plate. And so this is content that we would have on our social media platform.
For our aha moments, we had a few. The first one was like the biggest one is we were in the middle of our workout at South Campus. And I think we both looked up and said, whoa, like that's exactly what our poster could be. And it was the one with the streamers and all the colorful letters. And then the other one was listening to non-athletes' response to our policy. And then the last one was truly realizing the effects that this could have on the freshmen that live on campus. And then these are our references.
Thank you for watching.